Hello everyone, Ashlyn Giza YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about um, renters' rights and privacy and just about renting apartments and stuff like that. Um, I hope you all had a happy Halloween. That's the first thing I want to say. Me and my family, we kind of stayed out late and we had a Halloween party the night before Halloween. So I'm super worn out from all of that. Nonetheless, what I'm going to talk about today is really weird. So, first of all, my husband was like leaving somewhere, and you guys have to excuse me too because my voice. I woke up today and this must be from like yelling at the party and like talking a lot because my voice is like really deep and scratchy today. Nonetheless, my husband went to run errands and he came back upstairs to our apartment and he was like looking for our keys because we have a lot of keys on our keychain and a lot of different like little things on my keychain because I like to collect things like that. Like if you watch my other videos, you'll know that I like to collect things. But anyways, so he's looking for the key, fumbling around looking at the key, and he finally has it in his hand, and then a lady walks up to him. Now, mind you, he didn't look like he couldn't find his key. He just looked like somebody who was looking for the key on his keychain. Not necessarily like he lost his key, but just like you guys know what I'm talking about. And this lady comes up to him and she's like, "Hey, did you lose your key?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "Well, if you ever need to get in your apartment, I can get you in because I have the master key." And my husband didn't think much of it. He's just like, "Okay, thanks." And then that he just left it at that. Now, if that was me and she asked me that, I would have been like, "Why do you have a master key to the apartments and do you work here?" But so he's not really confrontational like that. I am, so I would have asked her that. So he didn't. So I said, "You need to call the office." He goes, "So you don't want me to knock on her door and ask her why she said that, why she has the key?" And I'm like, "No. Like we don't need any drama at where we live. Just call the office." And so he called the office and he left a message and he said, "Hi, I have something disturbing, kind of disturbing to talk to you guys about." And then he goes on to tell the story that I just told you guys. And there, then he's just like, "I need to call back because I need to know if this lady lives here, or I mean, works here. Sorry. I need to know if this lady works here for you guys in the office or what and like why she has the master key to all the apartments here." So he left the message, and as the night goes on, I did some Googling and I found out that landlords can actually let a trusted tenant, tenant, excuse me, rent, who rents here at your apartment, at any apartment, if they trust them, they will allow them to have a key for all the apartments for emergency purposes. And so I'm like freaking out, like, "Whoa, wait a minute here. If I find out this lady does not work here, this is not cool. We need to figure out what we can do because I want to figure out if we can change our locks or if we can escrow our lease and find out if we can get out of it and or shorten it or something and get the fuck out of here because I'm not trying to have somebody touch my belongings." So I'm like Googling it and stuff like that. And I guess apparently they can do that. They can give the key to whoever they trust. Um, but most of the time they only give the key to people that work within the office. So I was just like thinking this is really strange and I was freaking out because I could not believe that I read all over on different websites on the internet that yeah, they can give it to a trusted person. um So anybody who's out there who rents an apartment, you might want to be careful because I didn't know they could do that. Um, but he got a phone call from the office today, and they said that the lady does work for the office, so that's good. That makes me feel better. But the lady lives like literally right next door to us, so I'm still not too happy about it because although she works for the office, I still don't really like having my neighbor having the key to my house. So, as they talked to my husband earlier, they are like, she'll never go into you guys' apartment and you have home insurance and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, um, anybody can snap, anybody can um, do something, steal something, and do something bad to somebody, um, no matter how long you know them. So, I mean, so I'm sitting here kind of going back and forth with trying to be okay with this because she works for the office, but then I'm kind of fighting with the fact that now I have to always be look at all my shit and make sure it's in perfect places and take a photographic memory of where things are, or literally take a picture with my phone before we leave so I know where all our shit is because I'm not trying to have my stuff touched or stolen, or especially if my dad's any of my dad's stuff gets messed with because he's deceased, so I can't get any of his stuff back whether I have home insurance or not. That stuff can't be replaced. I have my son's ashes here, all that kind of stuff. So there's pretty important stuff to us here. I also have like my jewelry that's actually real and stuff in here, and um so yeah, I mean, this is some pretty serious shit. So we can't wait because as soon as we're able to, we're gonna get a house and own again because the only reason why we are renting is because for those of you who haven't been following me until now, we lost our home due to a derecho that happened here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So um, I'm just sitting here like, wow, like I yeah, I couldn't believe it. So my husband's kind of like, okay, what if she says something to me when since I called the office and stuff, and I'm like, what do you mean? Just say the truth. Like I called because you didn't say that you worked for the office. So I mean, yeah, if you didn't say that you work for the office, it a, a normal person's gonna call the office to ask why a lady's going around telling people that she has the master key. So nonetheless, I just made this video to make renters aware that your privacy is you don't have full on privacy when you rent. And I mean, I think most of you know that anyways with maintenance men and inspections that they had to have and stuff like that. I mean, all they had to do really is give you a notice. If you didn't see the notice on your phone, like if you didn't open up that email or whatever, and you're taking a shit or you're peeing or you're showering, I mean, and they say knock on the door and they say maintenance and you're not ready, they can't get in trouble really because they gave you a notice, and if you didn't look at it on your email, you're just kind of screwed. So I mean, it's always better to own than rent, and I have to say in personal experience because I've done both. I've owned and rented. But right now it's just really unfortunate because we have to rent just because there was limited places here in Cedar Rapids after the derecho happened and stuff like that, and with this pandemic going on and whatever. But it's a really high-end apartment. It's really nice. It's in a good location too, and the neighbor who has the master key who works for the office isn't mean really. I just don't know her is the problem. And if I don't know somebody, and if you're not living in my house, in my apartment or my house, or like if you're not living with me, you shouldn't have a key to my apartment or my house. But that's just me. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. But if you guys ever experienced anything like this, or if you already knew about this, drop below in the comments about the information that you have because I just found this shit out last night and I'm like, I can't believe landlords have the right to do that. So anyways, I will be on with another life topic tomorrow. Thank you guys.